What is going on, everybody? I know it's Friday. I know it's crazy out there. We won't talk about what's going on. Everybody knows what's going on. So, even though that's going on right now, still making maple syrup. Still got to get ready for it. It's going to be over here in a couple days, so I got to maximize the amount of syrup that I can get. So today I got to take these buckets out, replace the ones that have started to get mold in them, and wash them. And I will show you guys that. I told you guys the sap was eventually going to get cloudy and that there was going to be mold forming in the bottom of the buckets. And I'll show you guys that stuff. Unfortunately, it is super, super windy outside. And I know the audio sucks on my phone when it's really windy. So I'll take some pictures. I'll try to talk while I'm out there, but I'm going to go take these buckets outside, replace the ones that are out there, and then start washing. But I'll show you what has given me the key fact to start doing this cleaning process. So let's check it out. Okay, so most of the barrels are inside now. I gotta wash those out. I got most of the buckets in. There's still a few out there, but I just ran out of room in the truck. So let me show you guys what prompted me to want to go through and clean all of my buckets and barrels. And there's a couple telltale signs, and I'm gonna show you guys real quick down inside the buckets that I noticed several things. So three things I'm going to talk about and show you. So this is kind of a tips and tricks, but this is one of the best things you can do to make sure you have good, consistent quality. You got to make sure your sap stays clear. It's not cloudy. When you get the cloudiness, you get bacteria built up. Bacteria can be caused by several things: sunlight, heat, but also bugs. So let's check out what these buckets look like and why this prompted me to go through and clean all of my buckets and barrels today. So the first bucket didn't have a ton of sap, but you can see the little tiny black spots in the bottom. Guess what that is? That's mold. Let me try to scrape some off. See? So that's gonna affect the quality of sap. This bucket here is full of ants. Well, guess what? When ants die and get inside of the buckets, they cause bacteria to start forming, and that's why this bucket is cloudy, okay? And then also this one, it's a little bit hard to tell, but you can see the yellow tint to the sap. This sap has turned bad and is now cloudy because of the bacteria in this bucket. And then one of the buckets actually has a little red line of bacteria growing in the corner. And this is natural, guys. Like this happens all the time, but this is why I'm prompted to go through and clean all my buckets, because my sap has started to turn a little bit cloudy and I'm starting to get mold. We're getting towards the end of the season. These buckets and barrels have been out in the woods for several weeks now, so it's time to clean all this stuff. So let's get at it. So there's a couple different ways that you can go about cleaning the buckets and barrels. You can use a low concentration hot water and bleach. But the problem with the bleach is it can leave a residue, a salty residue, if you don't get all of it rinsed out, and that actually attracts squirrels and other bugs and other everything. So what I just do is I use extremely hot water. So my water heater's right there, and my wash tub's right here. So I got a really good water pressure, super, super hot. You can also use baking soda as well, but that's out in the sugar shack. So for me, I'm gonna go through and just rinse all these out with really, really hot water, dry them out, let them dry under the fan, and that should kill all the bacteria. So let's, I hate cleaning buckets. This is why I run barrels. I try to use as many barrels as possible because I hate cleaning buckets. So the fewer the buckets I've got to clean, the better, but these things don't wash themselves. So let's start washing. Well, I just got done getting all the barrels cleaned and taken back out. I've got plenty of buckets outside already. These are just my spares now that I got to wash up, so I'm going to do that later tonight. So appreciate you guys watching this post. Hopefully you guys learned something about why it's important to keep your buckets clean, why I changed them out. Again, it's all to improve the quality of your end product. I pride myself on trying to make the best maple syrup that I can, and doing this little bit of extra work is going to make sure that the sap stays clear, because the clearer the sap, the better quality of the syrup. And again, that's what I'm aiming for. So again, I really appreciate you guys watching this post. I like doing these tips and tricks videos. I get a lot of positive feedback, a lot of positive comments. I'll continue to do them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Probably won't be boiling until later tomorrow evening, maybe even Sunday morning super early. Just depends on how the sap flows. So enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you next time. Thanks.